The question was, did they frack those wells but prior to? And what was your other part, sir? Oh, formations? Okay, great questions. No, the two wells in question, they were not fracked before they began injecting. These wells are vertical wells. Your fracking wells in this area are typically your horizontal wells, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to drill along horizontally along a shale outcrop, which is very tight. Well, they're wanting to put these wells in the most porous rock they can find, which is typically, these rocks are carbonate rocks or limestones or dolostones. So they're using the natural fractures that's already in the rock to dispose their water into. Now, the name of the units they're injecting into, the SRE well, which is the well to the north, near Guy, it's injecting into the Boone Formation and into the Hunton. Okay, those are the two rock formations that we call that we recognize as rock formations. The Boone and the Hunton, Hunton. But I think more importantly, what you've got to consider is, and do not misquote or misunderstand me when I say this word, these are also aquifers. In other words, not your drinking aquifer. These are your drinking aquifers that are up dip, up in North Arkansas, but when they're here, they are actually saline. They're non-drinking aquifers. But as far as the hydrologic connectivity, these are, basically your Boone Formation is a very fractured formation. It's part of what we call the Springfield Aquifer. And what we're looking at is, the question is that I've got to answer and come up the answer with between now and the hearing is, how do you get the water or the pressure, if there is a relationship, from the well where they inject to where the earthquakes are occurring? And what we've got to look at is the connectivity. How much connectivity is there between this Springfield Aquifer, which is here, the Hunton, which is in the Ozark Aquifer here, and then the earthquakes are way down here below in the the majority of them are down here in this Precambrian basement. You take the SRE well, it's injecting at 6,500 feet, more or less. There's a lot of rock between here and where the earthquakes are occurring. The other well is much deeper. It's injecting into the Arbuckle. Its depth is, the total depth of the well is over 12,000 feet. So it's a very deep well, deepest well in this country, in this part of the country. There's only a couple wells that may be actually deeper. So it's a very deep well, and it's injecting around between 7,000 and 10,000 feet in what we call the Arbuckle. But again, the key is that both these rock masses that they're injecting into are fractured up. They have joints. And the confining units that separate these different aquifers, and again, when I say aquifer, I'm not talking a drinking aquifer in this area. I'm talking a saline, non-drinking aquifer, but it's what you call it as far as the water. It's that connectivity that we're working on that allows that pressure front or that movement of fluid to get to the area where the fault is in the strain. So that's the two areas. That's one of the key components. It's just not the fact that the earthquakes are close to the well or the fact that they're injecting. That's not enough. There's a lot more things that go into it, and that's what we're looking at.